Good morning, comrade subscribers. So, I'm one subscriber away from 1.5 thousand, although you wouldn't know it because it's interesting. You look at the number of video views and, you know, it takes maybe a week or so and, you know, you get up to about 200. So if I've got 1,500 actual subscribers, you'd think you'd have at least 1,000 views, but I guess, you know, I'm not, I jump around a lot. So I'm happy that you subscribed, and obviously I don't expect you to watch everything, but if you're into Amstrad, then yeah, you know, just watch the Amstrad videos. Don't unsubscribe just because I start doing Moldovan computer. Anyway, so I thought it was interesting. So yeah, I've got this is my fourth Red BYTE out, which has got the Spectrum board. So I've got it set up to check the clock input on the Z80. And this is, as long-time subscribers will know, this is what I call the Spectrum BYTE. So this also comes from Moldova, pretty much out of the same factory, but it has the Spectrum keyboard. So this one actually works. So I've got 4 Red BYTEs, don't work. I've got, well, I did have one Spectrum BYTE, which does work. And this one's actually interesting because it actually gives some information on the back here, which I've shown before, but I'll show again if you've just recently joined the channel. So it says here it's got a Z80 USA. Well, this doesn't have a genuine Z80, as we'll see. And see, we've got a clock speed of 3.5 megahertz. I guess that's the obviously 8-bit, 48k RAM, 16k ROM. Yeah, it's all the standard Spectrum details, and we can see we've got a date stamp. I think it's a 93. Anyway, so we'll open that up and compare. But I went to the post office today, and there is a new package from Moldova. So I probably should have pulled that off. But yeah, new package Bendery in Moldova, which what was made in Bender? This machine. So let's open this up. So now I've got 2 Spectrum BYTEs. This one has looks like has had a lot of love. I don't know why the rubber band is around it, perhaps to hold it together. But yeah, let's see. This is okay. So this is a 92. So this is actually an older one, slightly older than this other one. You can actually see it. This one's a January. It's got a number of 23 and a date of January 1992. Let's just have a look at this other one again. Okay, so this is, well, much larger number, 2378, and it's got May 93. Anyway, I guess what I wanted to do is, well, let's just check the clock speed of this one while I've got it set up. I've got to turn the Mac on. I'll be back. I've got it powered on, and let's click play. Let's click stop. So should the clock pulse be the same all the time? Why do we get these additional? But if we have a look at these ones, so when it goes high, we have 3.125 megahertz. And then when we have this kind of longer pulse, it's 2.083 megahertz. So I've not looked at clocking pulses before, so yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's compare. Right, so they are pretty much identical from what I can see. This has some extra bodge wires on it. So the interesting things for me is that we've got these kind of logic chips here that are marked with labels PK001, PK002, 003 and 004, so that's the same on both. CPU is different, so we've got the East German clone there, and the other one, let's go have a closer look. The other one, sorry, I should need to do something better about this handheld stuff. So that's what we've got here. So I don't, is it a Polish Z80? I'm not sure. I think part 9 and 10 are when I first look at this one. So I'll probably have a look at that. I probably established it then what it is, so I'll probably put it there. But what's interesting also is that we've got a pair of 8K EEPROMs, so 16K, which is what the Spectrum has. Whereas over here, we've got a single 32K, which is interesting. So my suspicion is that they ran out of 8K. They didn't have any 16K, so they had to use a 32K. And reason for that is I think there is a bodge wire from here to, I don't know if it's ground or 5 volts. I assume it's one of the address lines, so we're obviously taking the address line probably low, so that we're reading the first 16K bank only. But otherwise, they are pretty much the same, apart from different components being used. That's the, let me just turn around. So that's what we've got for the crystal, which in true Soviet fashion is, I think you have to look it up to see what it actually is. Whereas on the Red BYTE, we've got it marked as 13500, so I assume 13.5 megahertz. Yeah. So yeah, they're those. I'll probably peel the labels off to see what they actually are. PK001, PK002. Then we come around here for 003 and 004. Some very, very dodgy soldering there. So like I said to Mr. Volkman, I'm pretty sure this must have been working out of the factory. So I don't, unless they've replaced, someone has replaced this chip and done a pretty shit job at it. Because we look over here at the same chip. So that is a K555IR35. So I don't know what the 74LS equivalent is, but that's what we've got there compared to what we have there. So yeah, so that might be one area to have a look at to see why it's not working. Otherwise, yeah, we've got these, what, 1 of 8 multiplexers, 1 of 8 multiplexers. So we've got these resistors on top, and the dodgy kind of soldering as a result. You actually need to come around here because it does look like actually 2 pins are soldered like that. So we don't see that on the Spectrum BYTE. The reason for that is we need to have a look on underneath. That's what we've got there. That is so much, look how neat that is. That is nicely done. Otherwise, on the Spectrum BYTE, there isn't really, there's no other bodge wires really. But we do have some bodge wires around here on the Red BYTE. So that's the Spectrum BYTE there, all looking very nice and neat. And then we come over to, let me just move my stand. So if we look at the same region here, looks like we've got some traces are cut. I'll have to check the continuity. But we look over on the bottom, it looks like where those traces are cut, we've got some bodge wires added in to those 1 of 8 multiplexers. And additionally, we have this bodge wire here, which goes to the 32K EEPROM. So that's why I was saying, I'm assuming that's an address line, maybe. that we're just taking either, because this is the power input here, either high or low. But yeah, let me just check that out. But otherwise, they are the same from what I can see. Some bodgy, I don't know, some bodgy work. I have to compare. So it does, like what we saw before, it does boot. So it does boot to a black and white screen. So it's almost working. It's almost working. But let me just double check the what that bodge was for. So that was not exactly what I thought it would be. So it's actually pin 20. So we've got pin 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's actually the enable pin, and it's tied low, so it's always enabled. Okay. Well, what about what's the highest address pin? Is it A14 or is it A15 on this one? So I'm just checking the pin out. We've got A14. So we've got A14, which is pin 27. What happens to pin 27 then? Pin 27 is, okay, just trying to figure it out. Oh. Pin 27, so that's A14. Okay, well, where is it connected to? Is there a buffer? I don't know if there's a... Okay, so it is actually connected through to the Z80. Huh, okay, alright. So all the address lines are connected through on that EEPROM. Fair enough. So I guess it was designed to use 32K EEPROMs then as well. Yeah, right now I've undone the screws, so let's just have a look what this one's like. Oh, handwritten PK03 there. So this one looks pretty nicely made. We've got the older style capacitors here. Oh, one broken leg there on this decoupling capacitor. So 47 nanofarads. So I might replace that one. Looks like we've got Western EEPROMs, PK05 and PK06. So normal 8K as expected, and can't really see anything on the Z80. Let's check how these others are like. So I might just solder that capacitor back on quickly. Oh, okay. That's. I thought I heard something floating around. Crystal has come off. Also with no markings on it. So that goes up there. So I should be actually able to solder that on, and this decoupling, well, 22 nanofarads. That's also come loose. Everything else looks okay. Yep, alright. Let me, I need to find out what these other chips are as well, document that. So I'll just try and quickly resolder these, and we'll give it a power on, just see if it works. Okay, I've got it patched up. So 2 capacitors and the crystal I've just soldered back on. This broke off, and I have to glue that back on. But let's power it on. Hey, okay. Image could be better, but seems to be working. Oops, making noise. Okay. Space. Print. Oh, I must have... What did I break? No, don't know. All right. Video output. Video output's a bit dodgy by the looks of it. I don't know. I can't see anything else loose. Might need to. It is working though. It is working. Yeah, you can see here it's still working, but the video output. Okay, so there's an issue on the video output. Well, there we go. So that's interesting. So of the six Moldovan bytes I've got, 2 Spectrum bytes, 4 Red bytes, and one of the Red bytes has got basically the same motherboard. Okay, it's still powered on. Same motherboard as the Spectrum bytes. Only the 2 Spectrum bytes work. None of these work, which is interesting. Interesting. Okay, I've got something else I want to get stuck in today that I haven't touched for a while. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and we'll come back to troubleshooting this Red byte. Well, I guess we're going to have to troubleshoot this the video output on this as well. I could probably replace those capacitors, make it a bit nicer. But yeah, so we'll come back to this. Thanks for watching. Now, one thing I did forget to do is have a close look close look for you guys. So there's the ROMs. There is the Z80. So nothing at all I can see on it. Interesting. So that was the dodgy capacitor there, or decoupling, I presume. I assume that these 1 of 8. So I don't know if this is like RGB, if that's related to the RGB output. Let me just trying to deconnect that. Let's just tip it over. Okay, we've got the nice neat on there. Otherwise, there's some rework there perhaps. Otherwise, yeah, I need to I'll pull these labels off one of the other machines and just document what they are, probably in the video description. There's our Crystal, no name Crystal, but we'll figure it out. There we go. Hopefully that's been interesting. Moldovan computer history. Bye for now.